Hi YouTube! Alright, so I'm now kind of getting the rhythm of doing these videos. I still think it's kind of weird to see myself and watch myself, but I think I'm actually getting what I want out of these, which is I'm watching them over and over again, and I'm kind of seeing what I'm thinking, and so that's kind of what I wanted to do. So I'm posting right now. It's actually going up, the video that I just did on the tea that I'm drinking, and I've actually already taken a couple of sips, so the tea is starting to go, and I just wanted to show you real quick to follow up. So this is what it looks like right now. As you can see, here's that wall that I was telling you that I've created, and the straw is in. So now what I just do each time after I finish taking a sip is you just kind of reposition the tea, make that little wall, make a little space inside, and pour some hot water. And it's actually at a great temperature. It's not scalding, so it's really not hurting or anything when you drink it, and it's just nice and warm. And here is water in there, and it's really good. It is fantastic. It's one of my favorite things to do that I'm actually getting back into now. Sorry about the camera. Must have gotten pulled in here real quick. Hold on one second. There we go. Hello. Sorry. So let's reposition that. So, yeah, so it's something that I love to do, but I never really have been. I've been out of it for like way over a year. I haven't really been drinking tea, and I'm starting to want to drink it again because it helps you regulate, and it's really good. So you just go, and it's really good. And you've got a couple of sips in there for each straw. So, the next thing that I didn't get to do yesterday that I'm going to talk about is some of my symptoms with PCOS. Once I discovered that I had PCOS, I kind of started thinking about and reading and researching all the symptoms, and it kind of started to get into place. Everything in my brain just started, oh, that's why. So as you can see, my biggest issue is my acne. As you can see, I know I really hate it, and it's something really shameful, but as you can see, my acne is really horrible, leaves scars all the time, and it's actually amazing right now. It's actually amazingly clear. The only one that's taking a long time to go away is this one down here on my chin, but the other ones have actually all kind of cleared up, and there's really nothing active going on right now. So what I've noticed with my acne issues is it always seems that it's usually the week right before my cycle that it really flares up. So it'll really start pimples just kind of showing up all over the place the week before. So I don't remember excuse me, exactly what hormones are raging in your blood the week before. But I think those hormones are the ones that kind of kick it off. Usually the week of my menstrual cycle, it tends to start getting better. And then finally the week after is where they start to all clear up again. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, since I'm not really sure what's going on, and if anything at all is going on, I was trying to count what day in the calendar I am right now in the cycle. Because I don't know when I ovulated. Technically, the calendar had me ovulating between April 5th and yesterday the 9th, but I didn't see any strong signs of any mucus, cervical mucus yesterday at all. What I did notice was earlier in the week, probably around last Sunday or last Monday, the 3rd and the 4th, is when I saw a lot of cervical mucus, and that was calendar days 19 and 20. Currently, today, April 10th, I'm up to calendar day 26. If we were to stay within the normal cycle range, I should be getting my cycle this coming weekend. So cycle day 32, which is April 16th, up to April 20th, which would be cycle day 36. Now, averaging, the calendar averaging all the last couple of months cycle days is putting my cycle to start on the 24th of April. So it's calculating a 39 cycle day, which is why it was calculating my ovulation to be between the 5th and the 9th. And I don't think it's going to be that long. I actually think I have already ovulated, and I would kind of be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days DPO right now, if I ovulated when I think I did. And if I did ovulate when I think I did, it was the day after our last time together. So that, I'm hoping, is the reason why maybe something's going on. So we'll see if that pans out or not. I'm not getting my hopes up too much, but I did sleep in today until around 9:30. So my husband actually went to work by himself and took the car. So I didn't even wake up. I couldn't wake up to even go and drive him to work this morning. So enough of that. I wanted to kind of show you guys. I'm a big picture buff, so I'm going to kind of show you guys 2 pictures. The first one is going to be the picture that my husband just brought from when he went on vacation back home. It's the youngest picture that we have of my husband as a baby. And it's absolutely adorable, and I love it. I've always been trying to get him to show me pictures from when he was a baby, and he never really had too many. So he just brought one home, and this is my husband when he was a baby. Totally adorable. And then I'm going to show you mine. And this was me. This must have been the first couple days in the hospital. Obviously. But that was me. And I was a C-section baby. My mom was had just turned 19 in January when I was born. She was married quite young, 16 and a half, and so I was born right after she just turned 19, and I was a C-section baby. And my brother, he was born 5 years later, 5.5 years later. He was also a C-section baby, so I think we were in the hospital for a couple days. My husband, according to my mother-in-law, my husband was the hardest of her children, birth-wise. He was, she was in labor for quite a while with him, but he was a normal vaginal birth. So I was the only C-section one. And so what I'm going to show you now, as this video is completing to upload, is my baby journal. So when I discovered the PCOS and when I discovered my Prolactinoma, I kind of started thinking about all my symptoms, and I said, I'm going to start writing things down. I've always had bad acne. I get the hirsutism, I think it's how they say it, where I get a lot of hair growth right here on my chin. Everywhere else I have normal hair growth, nothing out of the ordinary. I probably have to shave twice a week, so it really is quick growing. I don't know if that has anything to do with the hormones. And then I'm trying to think of my other symptoms. I've always had migraines. I've always had a hard time losing weight. Every time I've tried, the best that I've ever been able to do is I've been able to lose 50 pounds in 6 months. I am not at my heaviest right now. I have actually been heavier, but I am heavier than I was almost 4 years ago when we got married. And then I lost some weight after we got married, about 20 pounds after we got married, and then I've gained that progressively all back. So I am trying to, I'm always kind of going up and down. Anywhere between 10 to 20 pounds in a year, I'll go up and down. I do have a really good scale that I'm keeping track of my water percentage. I'm keeping track of bone mass. I'm keeping track of body fat percentage. And it keeps track of my original weight when I bought the scale. So it's a really good scale. And about a year ago, when I discovered all of these symptoms, sorry, sometimes there's like flies in here. When I discovered all of these symptoms, I started losing weight again. So in about a month, I lost about 20 pounds last year, because I really, really wanted to see if that would help alleviate some of the symptoms. But really only until this last month or so has my acne finally started to get better, to lessen, to go down. About 3-4 months ago, the rate at which the hair that I've had to deal with, facial hair, has finally started to grow in lighter, grow in less frequently. And by the way, I know we're at 10.5 minutes right now. I did finally discover that the videos are going to be 15 minutes. So I'm going to probably take this one all the way up to 15 minutes. Sorry, it's going to be a long one and kind of all over the place. So last year, when I was working on my weight loss, and I lost that weight really quickly, I kept track of everything. And I was doing a lot of Zumba. I love Zumba. I love dancing. I love that range of motion and the way you're just kind of having fun and just dancing around and losing weight. I was doing Zumba about 5 times a day. And then at home, I was walking the dog all the time, and really working on a really strict diet plan. And the diet plan was very difficult. I was working with someone at the Lucille Roberts, and I didn't really like the way that things were happening. It was kind of negative the whole entire time, and it just wasn't my favorite experience. So I did lose weight. I mean, I did lose about 25 pounds overall in 3 months, but the first month is where I really lost the most. So I found that journaling and really keeping track of what you're eating does help a lot in the beginning, but then if you plateau, it's really hard to get past those plateaus. So I haven't gained any weight in the last year since then. I've stayed the same. I'm not going to tell you how much I weigh. It is a little shameful, but it's something that I'm working on, and I accept. I accept the way that I am. I think there's something beautiful about women, no matter how they look, what they look like, what shapes they have. I embrace that. Even if I am a little bit rounder, I actually feel I have a very beautiful shape. So obviously, that's something that I'm always keeping in the back of my mind. My husband loves the way that I am, and he says, you know, if I didn't, I would have left a long time ago. So obviously, he doesn't really care. He's always very, very, very loving, and always trying to say, you know, you're beautiful the way that you are. If you want help, I'll help you. If you want to really pay attention to stuff, I'll help you keep track. And he's always just that force that keeps me going. So this journal that I have, just a simple journal, is what I call my first baby journal. And it's really, I started in September of 2009. And that's my first entry, was in September of 2009. And that was when I had been having those first problems with my cycles, and I wanted to try and figure out what was going on. And I kind of thought I was pregnant at that time because my cycles were starting to get behind and really long. And so I already showed you a picture of my niece, who's the love of our life, and I'm just going to show you pictures. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually cut this video here, let the dog in since she's crying, and we're almost at 14 minutes, so I'm going to cut it here, and then I'm going to start another video, okay? Thanks, bye.